right, so back in Skull and Bones, this is our graphic settings that we're going to try on this benchmark go round. So we're going to run graphics quality, custom, adaptive quality, off. Keep frame rate stable by adjusting resolution and resources in heavy scenes. No, don't do that. Shadows, very high. Texture quality, very high. Upscaling, AMD FSR2. Set to quality mode. Environmental details, ultra high. Clutter, high. Water, high. Screen space reflections are on. Volumetric clouds are on high. Crowd density is on high. Ambient occlusion is on. Depth of field is on. Motion blur is on. Ray trace global illumination is on. So that's everything there. Let's come on over to visuals. All right. It can only run borderless window mode or window mode. Active monitor. Yes, that is a Samsung 34-inch CG50, whatever that means. Aspect ratio is 21.9. Resolution I dropped from 1440 down to 1296. VSync is on. Field of views at 115 frames per second is limited. And I want that value to be around 60 because technically your eyes aren't doing better than 60 from what I've been seeing as far as what is said. I don't know how true it is, but that's just the things that are said or documented. So I don't know. All right, let's escape that. Now that we got our settings, let's go back in for that benchmark. We're going in for another benchmark. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going in for a benchmark. What are we using? We're using a CPU AMD Ryzen 5 or 7. Which one is this? It is a 5700 X3D. Right. And we've got a AMD graphics card, which is a RTX, right? 7700 XT. Right? Yeah. All right, let's see what we at. 80s, 70s, 80s, 70s. And this is what FSR 2.2 AMD. And I don't think frame generation is on. Well, we made it over the 90s. All right. The Ryzen 7 5700. Okay. All right. So it turned VSync off for the sake of finding out what the maximum frames per second would be. And so FSR2 was on, quality, VSync was off, custom graphics, obviously 100 hertz refresh rate. There's our 5700 X3D 8 core, 7700 XT. We have 32 gigs of RAM in the CPU. The graphics unit has over 12, obviously, because it's 12272. We're running 64-bit. Average. On average, we got 79 frames per second. The minimum we received was 48. Now, that's a drop. We don't like that. It managed to make a maximum of 141. I do not like that 48, right? Let's see. Let's back up. Let's hit Alt-R. You can't see that, can you? No, you can't. I'm sorry. Let's go see. Okay. So you all can't see this, right? Can't see it. I'm sorry. Hmm. All right. So there's nothing we're going to do through AMD software. We're going to have to get it all done here. So we're going to go back into our graphics here, and let's come down to balanced and see what that does. We're going to use balanced FSR2. Back up out of there. Let's get another benchmark. Final benchmark. Final benchmark. Final benchmark. We do not want an all-time low of 48 frames per second. Final benchmark, eh? Skull and Bones. We are using the Ryzen 7 5700 X3D CPU, 8 core, 16 thread. We're using a RX 7700 XT, 12 gigs of RAM on that GPU. I don't know what the ray trace cores are, right? I don't know. But let's see. This is our final benchmark. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow. That's ugly. What is going on? How in the world did we get so low? Wait a minute. What is going on? Something's happening here. Something running in the background. This is terrible. So I dropped the... What did I drop? Alright, hold right there. Right, I dropped something. Yes, I want to exit that because that's crazy. Something's happening there. Let's go back here real quick. Of course, for the final benchmark, it's going to act stupid, right? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Final benchmark. All right, let's see. Oh, we went to FSR. We went to FSR to balanced. Wow. Ultra Performance offers the highest performance boost recommended for 8K gameplay only. All right, so let's go back. Oh, quality, higher image quality, balance, optimized performance and image quality, performance, higher performance. So let's go. That was crazy. Let's see what happens this go around. Let's apply it. Let's back up and let's benchmark this again because that was crazy. It dropped all the way down to like 11, 12 frames per second. What is that? What's going on here? Right? We want to look good and we want to have consistent frame rate. We don't want any crazy frame rate. We want it to be consistent for gameplay purposes. Like, come on, man. All right. Come on, man. What's going on? All right. Let's try this final benchmark again. Is it going to get it this time? That was crazy. Let's see what we get. Well, we are not at 11 frames per second. We don't want a low of 48 frames per second. You can see the stats. Ryzen 7 5700 3D, Radeon 7700, XT, DirectX 12, Windows 10. So you can see everything that's running there. We're only using 5 of the 12 gigs. And out of 32 gigs, we're only using 6 from the computer. Man, I feel like I need a big monitor. I feel like I need a 50 or a 60-inch monitor to do this. That's too much. Maybe a 40. I don't know. This 34 is okay, but I feel like it's not big enough. All right, so look, there was our test. Wow. For some reason, we still hit a minimum of 42 frames per second, which is lower than what it was before at 48 frames per second. That's crazy. We got a maximum of 145 versus the 141, right? And on average, we made 88 frames per second. So what happened there? What really happened? Like that's crazy. What happened? All right, so we're up plus 63. We're up plus 33. I don't believe that. We're comparing that to what? What did you compare that to? 'Cause that's crazy. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. So, anyways, look, Skull and Bones. What are we running? AMD FSR 2, performance quality, V-Syncs off, graphics are, we set that intentionally. It's pretty much maxed out. We're running at 3024 by 1296. We could put it back to 1440 and then try this again. But with that minimum frames, I'm wondering if that's just the game, like something that the game has going on, right? We have a 5700 Ryzen 7 5700X 3D 8-core 16 thread. We've got a RX 7700 XT that's coming in at 12 gigs of VRAM. We got 32 gigs on the computer itself. So this is what we're running, right? It's not the best. It was semi affordable, But if you're running Skull and Bones and you want to know some stats, here's the stats. Catch you in the next.